Is it unmuted?
Hey everybody, welcome to TERF Tea Time, episode 3. I'm Thistle, and these are my TERF Tea Time sisters. Hit it, ladies. We are TERFs, we drink tea, we talk about who's a he and who's a she. And nobody dies, though some tears they maybe cry, but nobody dies, that's just a lie, nobody dies. Women gathering is not a happening for fear and hate. We just want to be free with dignity so we can speak and we can see each other's faces in our places. We just want to be free. Oh, we are TERFs, we drink tea, we talk about who's a he and who's a she. And nobody dies. Welcome. Thank you, ladies.
All right, women, next up, we've got our local news from the MadTown Street Beat with Thistle Pettersen.
All right, I need to get my news desk situated here. On April 22nd, I received a text from an anonymous source that a local trans activist had posted on Madison Bike's Facebook page about a stencil painted on one of Madison's many bike paths that said, "Adult Human Female." My source also told me that TRAs had also posted a document to Madison Bike's organizational page asking people to report TERF stickers. My source said it was unclear if Madison Bikes knew about this document or had authorized it. I tried to like the Madison Bikes public-facing Facebook page today and had no problem. So perhaps I have not been demonized and banned from Madison Bikes from Madison Bikes as Madison TRAs would like. There is no evidence of TRA activity on Madison Bikes public-facing Facebook page as of the airing of this broadcast. In the Madison Bikes community Facebook group, however, that has over 4,700 members, my source tells me there is a new post from April 29th calling for people to report TERF hate stickers for a local tracking map, presumably to create a public document of TERF stickering activity on Madison bike paths to get out there with TRA stickers to counter the TERF stickers. And let's see, I've got a screenshot to share with you about that. Oh, my picture is not, sorry. Anyway, there you go. This is the screenshot. How do I make it like scroll up and down? Oh, okay, there we go. So that is what my source sent to me. Thank you, Emily. And now I'm going to remove that and come back on. And I apologize that I hadn't adjusted my camera earlier. Hello, I see there are 11 watching. We're in the middle of the news show, and I'm on to my second story. According to the WORT 89.9 FM Board of Directors meeting minutes from March 15th, 2023, my request for an appeal to the decision to permanently ban me from WORT's airwaves made by the WORT Staff Collective on March 3rd was put on hold after much discussion. The decision to ban me from the station was prompted by my Access Hour application I made a few weeks prior to play music off my music CD, Spinning and Weaving, on WORT's Access Hour program. The reasons given for the permanent ban were that the Sisters for Sisters Conference program booklet given out to the 75 women who attended S4S the weekend of April 23rd, 2022, had listed the address of WORT Studios and the station, and had suggested taking some stickers and chalk over to said location for a little free speech action over the weekend. WORT Studios proved to be too much of a distance for the women to descend upon, as many were on foot staying at a hotel near State Street. To our knowledge, no stickers and chalking happened that weekend at WORT Studios, yet the threat of this free speech action a year prior to my Access Hour application to air my new music on WORT was cited by the WORT staff collective as the main reason for the ban. The WORT staff collective is made up of 7 paid staff members who can be reached at 608-256-2001 by phone, or you can reach Shali Pittman, the WORT news director, at shali@wortfm.org. Included in the letter banning me permanently from the station was this statement, quote, "Our past history with airing your shows has no bearing on our decision to deny you access to WORT and its airwaves today," unquote. This seems a bit suspicious, as there is well-documented backlash and inconvenience that happened every time I aired an Access Hour show, starting in 2014, all the way up to and including the last Access Hour I aired 3 years ago in March of 2020, that was strictly music focused without a mention of trans activism or gender politics. Every Access Hour I have aired on WORT has caused a big reaction at the station, at least on the board of directors and at the staff level, for the last almost 10 years. The saga continues and the fight is not over. Please contact me if you live in Madison and would like to get involved in changing the station from within. There are currently 4 WORT board of directors spots open and elections are coming up. So please consider running for our community radio stations board to help win the fight to have lesbian and radical feminist voices heard again at 89.9 FM WORT in Madison. And that concludes today's TERF Tea Time MadTown Street Beat report from the lovely studios of WLRN in downtown Madison. Now, back to the show in Studio B with Taylor and Emily. Take it away, Taylor and Emily.
Switch the camera and the microphone.
Talking about the dating app originally intended for lesbians and bisexual women called HER, capital H-E-R. It's now been taken over by trans women. And recently the dating app, the HER dating app account on Twitter has been suspended for 24 hours for saying the most heinous and disgusting things to actual lesbians. An excerpt from these horrendous tweets. They said, "Can the TERFs not afford knitting supplies? Somebody start a GoFundMe, lest their gaping assholes catch a cold." I don't know why. First of all, I don't know what that means.
I literally, the first time I read that, I was like, I can't even be insulted because it's like total like soup words coming out of them. Like, what does that even mean, dude?
Right. And the CEO of this dating app is a total sellout because she posted a video saying that TERFs are not welcome and that, men, essentially that men can be lesbians too.
I don't know, like men can be. I mean, it's not even just like, hey man, these men are involved in your community and tough shit for you. You have to accept that. It seems like they don't think that lesbians are lesbians and that the only true lesbians are men.
Right.
Is like what I've gotten from what they've been posting recently.
Right. And it's one thing to drink the Kool-Aid and kind of play the inclusivity game of like, okay, like we don't discriminate, all lesbians are welcome. Lesbianism is a spectrum and whatever. It's one thing to do that, but it's another thing to completely shit on like just real women, real lesbians, just like if you really are inclusive, then that includes us. The real fucking lesbians, but it's like they're completely
I'm convinced that like the Twitter account was being run by an AGP male.
Yes.
Like the things that were like what you shared is like so vulgar and bizarre, and like there were so many other tweets that he tweeted that were just like
you could only be a man.
Could only be a man.
And here's some more. So they said. So they're replying to a comment where someone said, same-sex attraction is real and valid. You are racist when you include males in the definition of lesbian, right? Only females can be lesbians. This is just woke homophobia. And they say, good thing Twitter lets you say this nonsense because on her you'd be kicked the fuck out. And then here's another one. So someone, they're replying to a tweet where someone said, women don't have penises. And the Her app responded, TERFs don't have brain cells. I just can't believe this. I cannot believe, like, this looks like their account has been hijacked.
It does, absolutely. It's like, it's mind-boggling to be like, oh no, that is someone who was hired by us and who is being paid. Right. The dude who's writing this tweet is like making a living off of basically just being a fucking incel online. Like
do they not know how marketing works? Like, this is the first, like, #1, don't do this shit. Like, don't allow don't hand over the keys to your social media account to a bully, frankly.
I mean, and it makes me really curious too, also, like, is the Her app profitable? Has it ever been profitable? I know in my personal experiences on the Her app, it's like downloading it, swiping a little bit, and then being like, okay, I swiped through the 10 profiles in my area, and now I guess I should delete this again. Like, and I don't know, there's like increasingly been a lot of things where you have to like pay for stuff. I don't know if anybody actually like pays for any of those features. I've always
I hope not.
I hope not. I mean, I've
pay to be preyed upon by men in skirts.
Yeah, I mean, not only me personally, like not only is the Her app like has been like difficult to navigate, confusing, and like not intuitive, and then also like, I mean, I haven't been on in a few years. I did get banned. I have been banned from like every dating app actually.
Because you're a trans.
I won't suck dick. Sorry, boys.
Sounds like the reviews are really bad for this app also. Like, it's just plummeted. I mean, go figure.
Well, yeah, I mean, even before the app was completely overrun by men. Like, there's always been like a few men here and there. But before it was completely overrun, everybody was like, in my experience, the lesbians I knew were all like, oh yeah, the Her app just sucks.
Right.
It's full of like, in the last couple times I was on there, like there's tons of fucking spam accounts that are just like bots trying to like get your personal information and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, I don't know about your experiences, but I had an experience on the Her app. This was way before I got banned. I don't know how I didn't quite get banned for this one, maybe, but I swiped on a good-looking woman with a cute profile who seemed really cool, and we started chatting, and she was like, "Oh, like everything in her profile made her look single."
Yeah.
And then as soon as we started chatting, she was like, "So, are you interested in a date with me or me and my girlfriend?" And at the time, I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm kind of curious. Yeah. Show me a picture of your girlfriend." It was a whole ass man.
Yep.
It was a whole ass man in a little skirt. And I was very polite. This was before I peaked. I was extremely polite. I was like, "Not my thing. Best of luck to you." And she called me, let me get it right, because it's so funny. She called me she's like, "I should have known from looking at you that you'd be a inbred, corn-fed, crew-cut dyke."
Oh my god! Okay, but you clicked on the corn-fed dyke. You like the corn-fed.
Well, exactly. I mean, it's like exactly like male.
It was her boyfriend on the account,
of course. Being like, "Here's a picture of this cute woman."
Right.
It's actually a man. Like, it's just like so.
The lengths that they go to, right? The lengths that they go to just like get lesbians to fuck them. It's ridiculous. And clearly, there's no money in this because everyone that I know, that you know, we're all saying, "Oh, we've had terrible experiences on this Her dating app. It's trash. Don't go there." But yet the CEOs are siding with the trannies. So go figure. Like, oh, this can't be a money grab. It
Well,
can't be.
right? I mean, what's going on the app now? All the real lesbians have been told to get off the app. If you won't suck dick, get off the app. Okay. So now it's just a whole bunch of AGPs together being like, where are all the women?
That won't date each other.
Right, of course.
Like, oh, you know, like if I say I don't like dick, then I'm a fucking TERF transphobic bigot. But for them to say, oh, you know, like I just don't like penis, you know, like it triggers my dysphoria, whatever the fuck, like.
No, I mean, it's just I really don't. I mean, specifically to like the situation I had, right? Like with where it's like basically just bisexual, right? You have like a straight couple that's like looking for a woman to join them, which is like a pretty blasé, like that's been happening for a long time in a lot of ways. Like women, lesbians are always being harassed by straight couples trying to get them to sleep with you. But it's like, in what world do you think, like if nobody's biting on your profile when your profile says, hey, we're looking for a unicorn, why would it work if you lied about that?
Right.
Like it's not going to work. There's no way for it. Like, I mean, I think in general, there's just a supply and demand issue between like how many straight couples there are looking for a woman to sleep with them and how many women there are who are actually open and willing to be involved in that situation. It's like a very small number of women that are open to that and a lot of dudes looking.
Right, but they the like just like you said, supply and demand. You know, the supply is high, the demand is non-existent, maybe. But you'd think with the rate that we see these couples on the dating apps, you'd think that I don't know, they've heard through the grapevine that this fucking works, but it clearly doesn't. I don't know what's going on. I hope nobody ever downloads the Her app. I hope all lesbians take the memo and get the fuck off the Her app.
Get off of the Her app. Get off of Lex if you're still on Lex.
Oh God, Lex is
if you somehow I've been banned from Lex multiple times. Like
yeah, ooh yeah.
Lex is the funniest one.
Well, shall we turn it over to?
Yeah, let's hit to our next segment. We've got a PowerPoint presentation with our favorite local TERF, or a favorite anonymous local TERF. Take it away.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to This Never Happens, in which we talk about things that never happened. So we're starting off with a disclaimer. Trans-identified individuals just want rights. That's it. There is no movement of entitled individuals asking to overstep your boundaries or threatening your safety. Nobody is infringing upon your rights. No one is asking you to not trust your eyes or your ears or the feeling in your gut. No one is asking you to disregard your own comfort and perception. All right, let's take it away with some breaking news in Madison. Woman, adult human female is a dog whistle. That's right. Dictionary definitions are dog whistles. Don't say them. Accept our new and improved definition of woman, no questions asked, or you're a fascist. And remember, trans people just want to exist and to call you uterus havers and to change your words and definitions and to use your bathrooms and locker rooms. Let's see. Woman, adult human female. It's specifically a dog whistle for a hate group known as TERFs. They try to use this phrase to define trans women out of existence, claim they are predators, and encourage violence against them. Here is more information regarding TERFs and their gender-critical ideology. They are characteristic for using feminist symbology in their dog whistles to encourage anti-trans violence and genocide. That's right. Feminism and feminist symbols are transphobic dog whistles. A take from right here in Madison, folks. You love to see it. And remember, your safety isn't being threatened, but every trans suicide is a homicide, and these fascists will pay for their crimes. And I hope you all decide to join us for Trans Day of Vengeance. Because trans rights or else. I'm not debating my right to exist with you. While advocating for trans people to arm ourselves is not any kind of solution to the genocide we are facing, I do want to say that if you transphobes do try to come for me, I'm I don't know what he was going to say, but I'm sure it wasn't great. Because after all, transgender rights activist Kayla Dinker says he was visited by the FBI after posting a YouTube video earlier in March talking about self-defense and showing himself loading an AR-style rifle. Cool. And because us turban lesbians are such annoying cat ladies, they're totally going to kill our cats. And it is going to take unilateral violence, the likes of which has never been seen, to secure trans rights, supposedly. How long until we go to war? How long? Anyone that starts something with me in a public restroom, I will finish it. I will have zero compunction about using the physical advantage from an AMAB puberty. It's high time we flipped the script and made transphobes afraid. I'm fucking entering lesbian spaces because I'm a lesbian, whether TERFs like it or not. Any TERF who has a problem with it is welcome to express her opinion to my face, and we will resume the conversation from her hospital bed. We're done being nice. As if they were ever nice. Misgender me again and I'll break your knees. If trans kids aren't safe, neither are you. Do you feel safe knowing that many trans-identified individuals feel you are responsible for their dissatisfaction and disenfranchisement? And how many think that you should pay the ultimate price for it because you didn't give them what they want? All of this violence over pronouns, it's a mental illness. And what does this glorification of violence lead to? What happens when mentally unstable people empower each other with these messages of violence? They enact violence in the real world and think it is justified. Trans activists hold up 7 fingers in a moment of silence for the Nashville shooting. The 7th finger was for the shooter, the one who killed 3 kids and 3 teachers. They want us to feel sympathy and honor the death of the trans shooter. Every death is a tragedy, y'all, is what they say. And let's see what the Trans Resistance Network media statement was. They released this on social media the day of the shooting, and I've pulled out some highlights from this statement on the right. So they start out early on by saying, we point out that today's incident in Nashville, Tennessee, is not one tragedy, but 2. They briefly describe the innocent lives lost before going on to mention that the second and more complex tragedy is that Aiden or Aubrey Hale, who felt he had no other effective way to be seen than to lash out by taking the lives of others and by consequence himself. They mention that many transgender people deal with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, and PTSD from the near constant drumbeat of anti-trans hate, lack of acceptance from family members and certain religious institutions, denial of our existence, and calls for detransition and forced conversion. All of these factors contribute to a population that is medically underserved and who often face anti-trans bias while accessing care, leading to significant physical and mental health disparities. Hate has consequences. Hate has consequences. And remember, to validate the feelings of the woman who slaughtered children and their caretakers at school, we remind the news media to respect that self-identified pronouns of transgender individuals who come across your desk. Aiden Hale self-identified with he, him pronouns on forward-facing sites. Because if you don't, hate has consequences. Hate has consequences. With a message like this, it begs the question, is this tragedy just an opportunity for trans activists to use terror to further their agenda? Let's think critically. What happens when all one has to do to declare perpetual victim status is profess, I use he, him pronouns? What happens when all one has to do to never be held accountable is state, I am transgender? What sorts of people are attracted to a perpetual victim status? Who enjoys never being held accountable for their actions? Other humans don't exist to validate you.
Sure. All right, and next up, next,
Christina, I just wanted to give a shout out to Christina Golke and her comment that was a little bit upstream. If you can go up to where she said something about boycotting the Her app. There it is. Put that up there. Boycott Her harder than Bud Light. Yeah. So that's cool. Thank you so much for coming today, everyone. I'm going to do a set of my own music. And and it's sort of switching tracks here a little bit. And let me see if I see any more comments. Hello, VF55. Hello, Lavender Rose. Yeah, so thank you for attending TERF Tea Time episode 3. And this is a love song to all the TERFs out there to get together and ride bikes in Michigan between Michigan women's festivals. My turban queen, when will you be seen with me out in the open breeze? My turban queen, where there are stickers to paste and campfires to make. And with the wind on your face, you'll pick up speed. My turban queen, come dance with me into the night under starry skies. We'll ride our bikes along the shore. Michigami calls our names, and with honor I do the same. Oh, sacred Michigan, Michigan. My turban queen, let's dance cheek to cheek out in the open breeze. You are free. So there is a studio audience here. It's all good. It doesn't matter. Don't feel the need to clap. Whatever. So that is a love song. It's called Turban Queen, and I'll go on to my next song. And you don't have to react. Don't write anything in the comments. It's all good. Do whatever. Go wash your dishes. Go feed the chickens. I hope we all have chickens in the future and get lots of eggs. She acts as if it doesn't matter, pretends she doesn't care, that hundreds of thousands of millions of tears flow under the bridge over there. She acts as if it doesn't matter, pretends she doesn't care, that her tears flow down, soaking the ground, and she is full to the brim. She is full to the brim. And if she had a garnet, she'd wear it around her neck, attracting and drawing the love she deserves, and avoiding the wreck, avoiding the wreckage, the wreck. But I haven't even practiced my instrument, she says, then refuses to look to the sky. She walks alone at night instead, searching. She is searching. house on a garden where the plants grow tall, and she's surrounded by people who love her no matter how small. 'Cause it's the birds and the bees and the butterflies after all. The birds and the bees and the butterflies unite us all. Then she's returning to the land of searching, but with a garnet fastened to her neck, and the love up above that's always there shining down, drying the ground, till she finally sees the grass for the trees beneath the star sun, wrapped up in the dark, wrapped up in the dark. Thank you so much. So I'm going to leave you with one last song. This one's called A Simple Act of Motion, and it's again about becoming a bike tribe of women out and being empowered. The bicycle has often been used as a tool for social transformation, and especially for women. It's a fantastic form of transportation that doesn't contribute to climate change, or at least not as much as the automobile does, and doesn't contribute to our fast culture that's so isolating in these cars that I think of as mobile coffins that symbolize really just our fast death culture. And so get on a bicycle, ladies, and get together in person and have fun. So I'm gonna find my capo. It's right here, because I'm a prepared TERF, and sing this last song, and then we're gonna close out with the TERF Tea Time Ladies chorus, and we'll see you next time. 2 months from now, we're trying to do a TERF Tea Time episode every 2 months with a potluck, a local potluck, in person, offline, in between each one. And I'm gonna just take one more look at the comment section and see. Vroom vroom all the way. Bikes is still around. Dykes on Bikes, southeastern Michigan is still around. Cool. Anyway, I'm gonna keep on keeping on with this last song, and I will, let's see. Yeah, okay, here we go. I don't know if Jessica Gonzalez has heard this song yet, but yeah. There is a story that goes with a lot of the songs that I write. And this one is that last year around this time we had the Sisters for Sisters conference, and the whole Sisters for Sisters conference was called because I had been cited with a hate crime enhancement by police, Madison police here, for putting up a TERF Collective sticker on State Street. And so that's kind of the origin of this song. I got a pocket full of TERF Collective stickers, and I'm riding my bike through the city. I look up and see power lines and cars, but also the flowers so pretty. Yesterday was freezing, today it's yesterday was 90, today it's 45. The fronts keep rolling in, and from the seat of of my bicycle sisters, I tell ya, it's starting to look rather grim, but I will ride on to see what I see. I will ride on to be free, 'cause a simple act of motion paired with symmetry, it'll put your mind at ease. I was cited with a hate crime for putting up stickers like these. But don't worry, sisters, I know how to move like the breeze. You just keep pedaling forward and you don't bother to look behind. Pretty soon, friends, there'll be stickers of every kind. Yeah, I will ride on to see what I see. I will ride on to be free, 'cause a simple act of motion paired with symmetry, it'll put your mind at ease. Oh, but I don't mean to say it gets easier as you go along. No matter how you play, something easily could go very terribly wrong. And it does. Just 'cause. Oh, but I have got to be free to fly high with the breeze. My mind will always be free, so high with the breeze. So now I've got a pocket full of TERF collective stickers, and I'm riding my bike through the city. I look up and see ridiculous TRAs, but also the women so sturdy. Yesterday it was freezing, today it's boiling hot. We all know how this'll end, but if we band together and have each other's backs, sisters, I know we're gonna win. So let's all ride on to see what we see. Let's all ride on to be free, 'cause a simple act of motion paired with symmetry. I said a simple act of motion when it's paired with symmetry, it'll put your mind at ease. Mind at ease. Mind at ease. All right. So thank you to everyone who came today, and we're gonna end our show now. I'm looking at the deaf bartender. Hey, Jade, great song. Thank you so much, Christina. It's just been such a joy to get to know you a little bit better and to have you be interested in who I am and what I do, and I don't know, to just give me a platform and a space to be and to talk about my life. So thank you for that. And TERF Power says Lavender Rose loves women, and Raven's got a heart there for us. Looks like it's a lavender heart. That's wonderful. Yeah, so thank you so much for coming, and we're gonna end with our TERF Tea Time Sisters. We're all gonna sing together one more time, a rousing chorus. I've got this is available, this mug. It's it says TERF in USA. It's got a surfing figure on a USA flag that's like a wave, TERF in USA. That's available on the WLRN website. And I can put that, I'll just put the WLRN, oh, there it is. There's the website where you can buy that lovely TERF in USA mug. But for now, we're just going to use it as a prop for our ending song. We are TERFs, we drink tea, we talk about who's a he and who's a she. And nobody dies, though some tears they maybe cry, but nobody dies, that's just a lie, nobody dies. Women gathering is not a happening for fear and hate. We just want to be free with dignity so we can speak and we can see each other's faces in our places. We just want to be free. Oh, we are TERFs, we drink tea, we talk about who's a he and who's a she, and nobody died. All right, bye. Yeehaw, thank you.